What's up, y'all? Trumpflation is here. Trumpflation is alive and well, and I seen it coming. It's at 4.2. It's the highest since 2023, and the reason why it's the highest since 2023 is because obviously the war, because of gas prices, because of the economy sucks, and a number of other things, right? That's affecting the economy. Now, Trump did promise, he made some promises, y'all. He promised that when he got in office, he was going to lower prices. He was also going to lower gas prices. And that obviously didn't happen, right? So here's some things that Trump said. He just recently came out, y'all remember, he said, I love inflation. Then he tried to rebuttal that and he said, oh, I'm talking about I love the fact that inflation didn't go higher than it currently is at 4.2, but it's the highest since 2023. And this is what he ran off. Y'all remember that. He ran off of the fact that inflation was extremely high and he was going to come in and he was going to lower prices. That didn't happen, right? Now, he also said he don't think about Americans' financial situation. He don't think about Americans' financial situation because he's making billions of dollars in the stock market and in other areas of his business. So he's not worrying about American situation, and that came out of his own mouth, right? So all the mega fans that's watching, you can't rebuttal that. The other thing he said, he don't care about the midterms. So he's saying he do not care what happens one way or the other, right? Like he's president, he knows that he only has 2 more years to serve, so he's going to do it the way that he wants to do it, and that's what I'm taking from this. Now a lot of people think that Trump cares about ending the war with Iran. I don't think he does care. I think he's going to continue this war. Now, he was talking about peace deals, right? He said that yesterday, and he said that we're going to see how it goes over the weekend. If y'all notice, he always tried to talk about Iran peace talks on Thursday, Friday, and then over the weekend it falls apart, right? Now, this was an alley oop for Elon Musk because his SpaceX company IPO today, which is Friday, June the 12th. So his SpaceX company IPO, so Trump just gave him alley oop because he wants the stock market to run up, right? So yes, the stock market is going to do that. The stock market is going to run up today, and it's going to make a lot of money for SpaceX. I think that's true. Now, what I think that's going to happen over the weekend, I don't think a deal is going to be made. He did say that Iran has agreed to not have a nuclear weapon, but he didn't say how much money we are giving Iran in exchange for that. Remember, back in 2016, he criticized Obama for that I think it was like $1.7 billion that Obama gave Iran for a deal. It came back full circle on him because Iran wanted $300 billion plus that $12 billion that was frozen in Iran assets. They want that back as well. So I don't know what Trump is going to put in this deal because he's not really talking about what concessions that American S is making, right? And how much we are going to be paying for this deal, I guess. And what kind of deal is it, right? So he ain't talking about that. So we have to see what's really going on and what's going to unfold, I guess, later down the road. All right, let's move on. Before the war, the Strait of Hamas was open. Iran's leaders was under enormous pressure at home. Remember that, y'all, because remember the Iranian citizens, they was pressuring the leaders to do better, right? Then Trump came in with this whole war idea, right, and blew everything up. Now, it was also a nuclear deal that was already on the table. Y'all remember that as well. And he scratched that. He scratched the Obama deal and he said he wanted a better deal. Meanwhile, the economy is suffering. We got GDP came in, y'all remember, at 1.6, lower than expected. Economists wanted 2%, came in at 1.6. The national debt is still at 39 trillion, and it's going to continue to go. and we had debt to GDP ratio at 122%, y'all. That is extremely high. That means we got so much debt that we cannot cover, y'all. We can't cover our debt, which is harmful, right, for the economy. Credit card delinquencies is at its all-time high. You had Kevin Hansett, and this is Trump right-hand puppet. He came out and he said that when he was asked about credit card delinquencies being at its all-time high, he said that shows consumer optimism. He said that, consumers are spending carelessly because they know the economy is good. So I don't know how y'all take that. Y'all take it how you want. That's what this man said, right? All right, let's move on. If you are making $175,000 a year, your cost of living increased by 46%. Think about that, y'all. Somebody making $175,000 a year, their cost of living increased by 46%. So if you're making less than that, then you already know how much more you can think about how much more your cost of living has increased, right? Now, corporate profits is at its all-time high. Because corporate profits is at its all-time high, the stock market is going to continue to go up because of this AI boom, right? And because of different things. AI is obviously the driver of why the stock market is up. So a lot of people got an issue with the stock market being up and the economy sucking. Well, the rich is getting richer, the poor is getting poorer. That's that K-shaped economy that they talk about, y'all. Profits is going to continue to go up. Corporations is going to continue to make money, but real life people is suffering. Let's move on. So data also came out that inflation is outpacing wages. So inflation is at 4.2, wages is at 3.4. That means consumers are losing purchasing power every month, y'all. So this is a big deal because, again, the economy is increasing in a negative way by inflation, by this war and things. And people are really suffering and paying the price. And then you have Trump not making it better by saying he don't really care about Americans' finances. He don't care that credit card delinquencies is at its all-time high. He doesn't care about anything except his agenda. And his agenda is making billions of dollars for himself and for his friends, y'all. And this has been an ongoing issue for a long time since he became president the first term. All right, let's move on. Like Michelle Obama said, y'all, when they go high, we go low. Meaning, if you see the punch coming, don't wait to get hit in the face. Make sure you duck.